There are two and only two methods to becoming successful in the world. You can either come up with a way of providing people with real, legitimate value that ideally can be provided on a continuing basis to people over and over again, or you can scam people. And that's it. I don't care what anyone else tries to tell you. Those are the only two ways that you can become successful in the world. There are myriad categories in both of those options that you can choose from to try to become successful. But it all boils down to those two basic options. You can either provide value or you can steal people's money. And that's it. That's the only options that you have available to you. Now, when it comes to providing value, when it comes to providing value, you can provide a product, or you can provide a service, or you can just provide something that actually makes people's lives better, and they recognize that it's making their lives better, and they recognize that it's worth the money that they're giving you. And even if it's just a big one-time purchase like a car, assuming it's a good car, again, there's gray areas in everything. It's still two categories, but sometimes they merge a little bit. But if you're providing a solid product or a reputable service or anything like that, people will be willing to pay you money, and the more you get known for doing a good job, the more people are going to want to do business with you. Or you can just scam people. And honestly, that's what most of the super rich, I don't want to say most, I don't have statistics to back that up. That's a gut feeling that I have. I feel like to get to the really tippy tops of society, you kind of have to scam your way to the top. I really believe, and again, I have no numbers to back this up, but I think we all intuitively kind of understand that, yeah, super rich people probably have their base in something legitimate, but most of the money that they make comes from doing weird stuff behind the scenes that multiplies their money in a way that isn't providing value. It's almost always just gaming the system that we have, figuring out ways to manipulate the system to provide them with returns they didn't really earn. They just put their money in the right spot, and they knew how to do this or that little thing to make sure it worked out in their favor. I don't know. If you are an average person like me, then you understand that, it's really hard to become successful. Even trying to do it the scam way isn't really the easiest thing in the world, but there's a reason why so many people are doing it, and it's because it works. It's because scamming people, if you're intelligent enough to figure out something that will trick people into giving you money, it's way easier than actually going out and creating something of real value. I mean, the statistic is something like it takes 5 years for most businesses to become profitable, like regular, normal, everyday businesses that people start. It usually takes like 5 years before they really start making any kind of money. It's the same thing with the YouTube channel. I've been doing YouTube full-time, consistently uploading for over 2 years now, and I still only have 3,000 subscribers, and I'm still not even getting a monthly paycheck. I'm getting paid every couple of months. It takes a long time to establish yourself to the point where people start recognizing you and hopefully seeing the value that you provide to them. And I'm talking about on my other channel, 3,000. This channel right here, I'm still trying to build it up to make it something that's making money too. It's like, it takes time to do things the right way. It takes time and effort to do things the ethical way. And that's why a lot of us fall for these little tricks and scams that people do, because we're tired of waiting. We're tired of putting time and effort into these things that we want to become successful. And we just want an easy, quick path to get to the money. Like, I want the money, damn it. Like, that's how we feel about it. Like, give me the money. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of struggling to live. I'm tired of, other people being able to do things, and I'm stuck sitting here having to grind out this meaningless existence that I'm in. Like, that's how most of us feel. And we see these get-rich-quick schemes, and it's enticing. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say that I don't see them sometimes, and I'm just like, it'd be really nice if I could actually do that. But then I wake up and realize this person's just trying to scam me so that they can make their money. And that's all it really is. Anytime someone is coming at you trying to pretend like they're giving you some kind of super secret, alarm bells should be going off in your head. Massive, massive alarm bells. Because the phrase, if it sounds too good to be true, it almost certainly is a fact. Very, very, very rarely are you ever going to come across something that sounds too good to be true, but actually ends up being true. That is a unicorn at the end of the rainbow, a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow moment that almost never, ever happens. The reality is that if you want to become successful in the world, you can either scam people, which makes you kind of a piece of crap, and if you can live with that, then I guess do what you got to do. Or you can be a real person and try to figure out a way to provide value to your community, to customers, to whatever, and establish yourself as somebody who provides value and who people want to give money to because you're actually doing something that's worth giving money for. I think that if we can spread the message that there are no quick solutions to fixing your life, it requires a slow and steady wins the race kind of mentality if you want to actually get somewhere in your life, I think a lot of our problems will start to become less of a problem, because the reason why scammers are successful is because they prey on people who are desperate. They prey on people who want to have immediate solutions and are too impatient to figure out a way to just keep trying to do something. And I fall into that category, absolutely. I have had to force myself so many times, and so many times I've had to force myself to stick with this thing that I'm doing because I don't have any other options. That's one thing. Like, I haven't had any other options present themselves to me, but this YouTube thing is something that is not growing as fast as I would like it to grow, but it is growing, and you know, you kind of have to force yourself to keep going for it and hope that it works out. But that's the only way you become successful without being a scumbag. You just keep trying and keep working at it and keep doing it, and that's it. It requires time, effort, and patience. That's how you become successful without being a scumbag. Now, there's a large portion of our global community who are just fine being scumbags. And yeah, we can try to do things to stop them from doing it, but realistically, the best way to protect yourself from that kind of stuff is to live by the philosophy of, if it sounds too good to be true, it almost certainly is. Legitimate opportunities require you to actually do something and spend some time and effort building something like legitimate. Anything where it sounds like, oh, I just hit the lottery, anything that sounds and feels like that is a scam. You need to approach your life that anything that feels like it's like an instant solution to your problems is a scam. It's somebody who's trying to take advantage of you because you're desperate. All you have to look at is the myriad job scams that are out there right now. You are in your most vulnerable state because you lost your job and you're trying to find a new one, and you have these people out here trying to get you to spend money, right? They're trying to steal money from you by having you go through this process that overdrafts your bank account, and now you're on the hook for the money with your bank, and you just get and the bank just gave them a lot of money. Like, that's a thing. That's a thing where they have you buy equipment to start this work from home job. You purchase the equipment from their store. The transaction goes through, and then between the time that you transfer the money to them, or between the time that the bank approves the purchase and the money is supposed to actually come, they're supposed to actually like transfer money and all this other stuff, you end up getting super screwed. If there are people out there who are perfectly capable and can sleep at night, taking advantage of people who have lost their job, they don't have any income, they're perfectly fine, making it so that you also, not only can you not pay the bills you have, but now we're going to obligate you to your bank for, several $1,000s for this equipment thing that we're doing. Like, those are the kind of people we live with in this world. Anybody who says to me that human beings are basically good people, I'm sorry, I can't agree with you. There's too many of these kinds of people out there for me to agree that human beings are basically good people. They're just, we just aren't. Given the opportunity to stab somebody in the back we all have our price. Every single you watching me right now have your price. Absolutely. If you had to kill your brother, there is a monetary number that would convince you to do it. What? I mean, that's it. You don't think so because you haven't been put in that situation. But I guarantee you, if somebody walked up to you with $1 billion and said, "I'll give you this $1 billion if you kill your brother," you'd at least think about it. You would at least seriously consider it. What I'm trying to get across with this video is that this is the message no one wants to hear, but everyone desperately needs to hear it. There is no quick and easy path to success if you want to do it in a way that does not make you a scumbag. And if you're at the bottom of the barrel, like most of us are, anyone coming to you with a solution like that is almost always trying to enrich themselves at your expense. It's one of the reasons why our government has so much corruption in it, because they are enriching themselves by scamming our system to put money in their pocket by taking our taxes. And instead of using our taxes to make our country better, they're putting it in places so that they can make money for themselves. It's a scam. Anyone coming at you with a program to help you make money quick is a scam. The only way that those of us at the bottom can start to rise up the ladder is by either joining in the scam process, which I don't recommend. It's a temporary thing, and you might make some money now, but you can't keep the scam running forever. Or you build something that's legitimate that you can do for the rest of your life. But that takes time to build. It requires time, and it requires effort, and it requires honesty, and it requires being a decent person to people. And that's hard to do. And most people don't want to have to deal with it. So, you have a choice to make. You can either, you have a couple of choices to make. The first is, do you want to be successful or do you want to just stay where you are? That's choice number one. And then if you choose that you want to be successful, then you have to choose. Am I going to go the legit route where I can be a good person and I can provide value to people? And yeah, maybe I'm not going to be a super billionaire, because I firmly believe at this point in my life that the only way you become a super billionaire is by manipulating the system. Yes, these big companies do make a lot of sales and they provide a lot of value, but these crazy rich people are getting there because they figured out how to manipulate the system to make more money. But either way, you're probably not going to be a super rich billionaire, but you can become successful, and you can become successful in a legitimate way, or you can scam people. And to be perfectly honest with you, if you choose that route, then you're just kind of a piece of shit. So anyways, thanks for watching. Be sure to click the like button, subscribe to help us reach our first 1,000 subscribers, because I'm trying to build this channel in addition to my bigger gaming channel to become successful. So I'll see you for the next one.